This right here, everything that you're currently seeing, this is all a singular level of neon white. And then this is a level of neon white after rolling hours of training. And this is a level of neon white after you become a god.
Heaven is a trip.
Neon White hooked me after only a few levels. I only played it because I needed footage for my Tattletale video. Thanks for the reception on that, by the way. But I fell in love with it the second I did this. Then I did it again and again, and then I kept doing it for about an hour. And then I found out I was doing it wrong, and I'm not a god. This is the gameplay loop of Neon White. Playing the game, playing it well, realizing you're bad, then trying not to be bad. If you think you can go faster, you can. If you think you've peaked, no you fucking haven't. Oh, by the way, if you enjoy this video at any point, please subscribe. It helps the channel so much in ways you won't think. And if you hate money, consider giving it to me on my Ko-Fi. Anyways, on with the video. You'll quickly learn how many attempts it can take to perfect a level, so much so that you'll likely have way more hours in the game than it takes to beat. Don't believe me? Well, one of the things you unlock after beating the game is a level rush, where you play through all of the levels. And I beat every single one in just 74 minutes, and I have 24 hours of playtime! That's right, a game I could beat in around an hour took me 24 hours to beat, simply because I kept replaying levels. This may be one of the single most replayable games ever. What helps is a medal system. Each level has 4 medals: bronze, silver, gold, and ace. Ace is your main goal, and I got each one. However, there's a 5th they don't tell you about, the red medal, which is the dev time. I got 4 reds on World 1, but that took about 2 hours of labbing until I got them all. From there I said, ha! Someday, but not today. I went on to only get the occasional red, but it's this medal system that keeps you wanting to play again and again and again. This game even encourages this playstyle. When you beat a level with silver, you can go find a gift, thus making you search the level and find new ways to potentially play it. Then you incorporate that new knowledge of the map and get a gold medal. This unlocks a hint that will show you a skip within the level, most likely the thing you need to get an ace medal. Then you get that ace medal and say, I know I could do better than that. And just like that, you've lost an entire week of your life onto just one level. But okay, that's the philosophy, but how does the game itself play? Well, in each level you'll find these soul cards acting as weapons. With your left click, you shoot. Right click, however, discards the card, each card having a different effect. Purify is the first card you see. It fires like your typical automatic. Its discard sends out a bomb you can jump off or kill enemies with. Elevate is a pistol, and as the name suggests, will elevate you quickly, even if you're already in the air. Next is Godspeed. This is a rifle that kills most enemies in one hit. For its discard, it sends you out in a straight line. Stomp is an SMG. When discarded, it sends you straight down and breaks walls. Fireball is a shotgun. It turns you into a fireball that can shoot in any direction. And then there's Dominion, which is a grappling hook for its discard, and a fucking rocket launcher you can rocket jump with! It's, easily my favorite one on the basis that it's a rocket launcher you can rocket jump with. I will not be fought on this. Rocket jumping is the coolest mechanic to ever be introduced in any video game ever. Now, there is one card I haven't mentioned, but that's been into spoiler territory. So, we'll talk about that after talking about the most controversial part of the game. So, lots of people do not like this game for its, quote, cringe dialogue. And honestly,
You are my Sasuke, man. The darkness to my light.
yeah, I can see why you'd say that. But honestly, I kinda liked it. Maybe I'm just weird, but I enjoyed it. Oh, and those with keen ears may have heard, and yes, that's fucking Raz from OKKO.
You are my Sasuke, man.
That's actually not where the casting ends. Steve Bloom, Spike Spiegel himself, plays the titular character Neon White. Your angel friend Mikey also has me saying my very famous catchphrase, "Holy shit, is that someone's show?" But overall, the story itself is really good and presented in a really fun way. There's 2 plots to follow. The Days of Judgment, which is 10 days where souls sent to hell get to enjoy heaven to fight demons. The person who comes out on top gets a mechanical halo, allowing them to stay in heaven until the next days. This is what you're playing through. The other plot is of Neon White's past and how it relates to Neon Red, Yellow, Violet, and Green. Violet specifically being my favorite, if you couldn't tell by my wallpaper, my Discord profile picture, and the fact that I modded the game to show her face in color instead of whites. And anyone who has only heard of this story is currently looking at me weird, to which I say, actually, if you played the game, her personality is clearly up front and is a representation of how youth can be manipulated by parental figures. And also, it serves as a showcase of how she has to pretend to be someone she's not to please others. There's a lot of soul team player that's clearly going way over your head!
No, I just wanted to see titties.
Jokes aside, one day I would love to do a video on Violet's character, sort of akin to my video on Linkle, because a lot of people just hear as haha e-girl and move on. But now's not the time to talk about future videos. I am infatuated with how they do tell this story, leaving your knowledge of their past based on if you collect presents or not. How you slowly learn about the days leading up to their eventual deaths is amazing. I honestly have thought about making a video entirely about this story since I genuinely fell in love with it. Sure, the dialogue is
Something flat. Oh, I know! Is it White's ass?
unique, but I weirdly love it. And if this one does well, I could totally make a video on just the story. I also really enjoy how the story leads to advances in your movement in chapter 11, where you always have the Book of Life soul card with you. Discard it to teleport to an enemy or object, creating a shake-up in the stages that I absolutely love. The flow of using and discarding the soul cards is really the heart and soul of the game, but that is only helped by the level design. Level design, oh my goodness, the levels are so expertly crafted. As explained, each level has at least one skip in it. Whether it gets you past a small area or most of the level depends. Hell, some levels I may have not played due to the major skips I found or the devs made. The devs clearly understood how thrilling the gameplay was. Quickly, you'll learn just how important it is for you to look at your surroundings to figure out what you can and can't do. It's not like you can just go to the end because you need to defeat all the demons in each level, with the exception of chapter 11 levels. But needing to kill each demon keeps you on your toes and makes you map out the level. Look at all the terrain, figure out where all the demons are, you look at it and you just say, I can fucking do that, can't I? You could spend literal hours on trying to do one skip. I actually made a point to hardly use the internet to help me on my runs. Finding skips on my own was so fun to do. One day I will get every red medal, and hell, when I do, I'm totally making a video ranking all the levels. Jesus, this game is a content farm. But that's because there's truly so much to talk about. Many parts of this video was cut because I went on a long, loving tangent. There really is so much to gush about with this perfection of a game. I seriously cannot point to a moment of this game I did not like. Sure, I can note flaws with it. There are parts of this game that I have problems with. But Neon White, for me at least, is the closest thing to a perfect game I've personally seen. I don't think I'd ever tire from playing it either. Think of it this way. Of course, like with any game, with anything, there are certainly things that could be better. But the game overall is one of the best things I've ever played. And this was made by the Tattletale people. I already know I said this in my Tattletale video, but how do you go from making a killer Furby game into one of the best speedrun games ever made? That was Neon White. Now, as said earlier, please like the video, subscribe. Actually, no, seriously, I am pretty sure I could have 10K right now if all you would subscribe. So it would be really appreciated. No? See you on the next episode of Indie Showcase.
Feel free to reflect on all the masks these incompetent sinners left behind.
I've already got to watch my back for demons. Now I gotta.
I better stay away from that white guy.